next up is the character of Nicole. Right, so we've got Nicole next. Nicole is the sort of serial man-eater of the group. She's quite scary, quite intense. She's just a little bit of a... She's got like quite an attitude on her, which I think is really fun. So yeah, I think actually one of my favourite characters in it, Nicole. She doesn't have that much to do in the the main episode, but I think all the stuff that she has is quite important. So what do you think about the character of Nicole?
Very feisty, isn't she?
Very feisty. Contrast to Lizzie. She is.
Yeah.
It's quite a nice contrast there. Because Lizzie's quite innocent. And I think Lizzie's the kind of person as well who wouldn't take any nonsense from anyone, but she's a bit more sort of shy and retiring. And I think that's the scene in the the costume where she won't just stand there and let guys get away with anything with her. No. But I mean, not to the extent of Nicole where she'd probably kick him in the nutsack. Yes, something like that. Yeah. So playing the part of Nicole, we have Amy Nichols. Amy was actually the first person we auditioned.
Previously.
Yeah, we knew Amy from like Warrington Collegiate, and she'd done a few things that I filmed in the past, helping out like film some promo things of Golden Square. So we sent her the script, and Amy really liked it and was very eager to audition. She sort of come down, and really from the first time we sort of saw Amy, there was never really going to be anyone else playing Nicole because she was just so good and really sort of nailed the character. And we did see quite a few other people for Nicole afterwards as well when we were holding other auditions to find the other characters. But, I mean, I think it always, it would have had to take someone exceptional to come along and sort of knock her out of that position. So she's really good. And I think Amy brings a really interesting take on the character because, again, Nicole, you quite like her. Like I say, she's feisty, but she's just so funny and sort of she's quite quick-witted, and she just loves messing with the guys, whether it be Dave, Holes, not so much Jim. I think she kind of leaves Jim alone because she just has so much fun bullying Holes and Dave really. So that takes up most of her time. But I think she's quite a fun character, and I think Amy was excellent as Nicole.
Definitely.
So next up, we've got the character of Dave. So Dave's kind of the male version of Nicole. He's a bit of a, he likes the ladies, and there's definitely an interesting contradiction between the characters because he's obviously, he's sort of your typical lad's lad, really into his drinking, football, girls, whereas the others are quite geeky, but it's quite a nice, nice juxtaposition with the characters. Yes, we'll go for that. We like that. So yeah, Dave's a character again. He gets to say all the sick lines, and he gets some sick dialogue. But he's just a funny guy, I think, and a really good sort of contrast again because him and Holes are like best friends and live together, and I think that's a really sort of nice sort of relationship between them two, because they've known each other for ages, they're best friends, and they're just like worlds apart. They're just so worlds apart, but it kind of works and it's kind of fun. So playing the part of Dave, we have Danny Kenwright. And Danny was quite late to be cast, other than Helen and Carl, who came in really late as replacing people. Danny was the last person we cast out of the main original cast. And Danny was someone really that I'd say we probably took a little bit of a chance on because we didn't really know much about him. And but I think you just kind of get a good feeling about someone, and we always had a really good feeling about Danny.
As soon as he came into the audition.
Yeah, and it really sort of paid off with Danny because I think, comedy-wise, I think he's so good in this. He's just brilliant, and I think there's so much comedy to be had from like Dave, and he just plays him so well. He does that sort of wounded animal act quite well when Nicole is really bullying him. It's like, oh, look at me, feel sorry for me, but you can't feel that sorry for him because he's the same. Do you know what I mean? So really interesting take on that character, and I think Danny's brilliant. Some great comedy moments when you actually see the script. I think the last sort of shot of it where he's been electrocuted and he's trying to throw the popcorn with his like hand like that. I think that will that's an image that'll stick with you when it finishes. It's very funny. Last but not least, we have the character of Charlie. Charlie. So what can we say about Charlie? Charlie was a part that we originally cast as someone a bit older, and we originally wanted someone older to play. But as that sort of fell through, we moved forward, and we actually considered having a sort of younger manager, and we thought that'd be quite interesting as well, because he could still be completely clueless and not have any idea about films at all. But
he's in the top position, but he knows the least.
Yeah, exactly. It's quite interesting because they're all about having fun and knowing about films, and just enjoying the film chat. He's just about making money, making the dash, getting him to work and making some money. So that's quite interesting. And I wouldn't say he's a nasty character, but he's a bit delusional, and he's a bit of a creep.
David Brenty type.
Yeah, he's a bit of a creepy guy, really, I think. But quite interesting. So playing the part of Charlie, we have Carl Schofield. Carl, we know him from previous films I've done. He played the part of Barry in my last film, Dogging, which was quite interesting. I don't think he'll ever forget that experience, will he? So no, Carl's a really good lad, and it was like he was always interested in being part of this project and always kind of asking how it was going, and he originally wanted to play the part of Holes, and we were quite eager to get him down, but we just couldn't really organise an audition, and he was that busy at the time, so we ended up casting Holes. And then it sort of went like that. He was still interested in playing, and he kept saying what about Charlie, because he'd read the script and really liked it, and he's like, what about Charlie? And it was like at the point where we were considering Charlie being a younger person, so we're like, well, you know what, actually I think that'd work. Let's give Carl a go as Charlie, and I think it works really well. I think it works really well. Carl plays, it's a really sort of interesting take, not the take we originally thought on Charlie, but very different from the original script, but I think it works equally as well. And yeah, I think Carl is going to be an interesting boss. I'm not sure I'd want to work under him, but